Good evening. This is the Board of Trustees, November 18th, 2020.
You are, there's a delay, Tom, it's live.
This is the Board of Trustees, November 18th, 2020. Of course, if you look at the agenda, it says November, but it really means November with a B instead of a B. Unfortunately, that's the way I read it. This is in accordance with the current executive orders of the governor. The Board of Trustees is permitted to meet in person and to permit public attendance at the meeting, subject to limitations. The Board of Trustees is holding this meeting in person, and the public is permitted to attend. As an accommodation to those members of the public who have health and safety concerns related to COVID-19, the public may also hear the meeting on the Village of North Hills YouTube channel. The link to the YouTube channel can be found on the homepage of the Village website, which is www.villagenorthhills.com. In accordance with the Open Meetings Law, the public has the right to be heard on agenda items which are public hearings. On all other matters, the public does not have the right to comment on agenda items unless authorized by the rules of the board. Interested members of the public who wish to provide comments on an agenda item or a public hearing may do so in person or through the written chat section on the Village YouTube channel. Comments may also be provided via email during the meeting to Village Administrator at villagenorthhills.com. The clerk will now call the roll for attendance at this meeting by members of the board and relevant village staff.
Mayor Marvin Natus,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambati,
Present.
Trustee Phyllis Lentini, present. Trustee Elliot Arnold,
Present.
Trustee Gail Cohen, present. Building Superintendent Peter Cinquemani,
Present. Will everybody announce present? Yeah, we're on.
Village, could you hear me, Peter?
Mr. Cinquemani, could you hear Mary Ann?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
Mr. Levin, can you hear Mary Ann?
Village Attorney Thomas Levin. Okay. And then Administrator Lobacaro is present.
Quorum of the board is in attendance, and we can begin the business of this meeting. I'm going to ask you all to rise as Mary Lobacaro leads us in the pledge of allegiance.
Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
The next meeting of this board is December 16th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. And the place or access location will be announced on the village website. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of October 21? I'll entertain a motion to accept those minutes as circulated.
I make that motion.
Trustee Cohen makes a motion. Trustee Arnold seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Are there any?
Could we please call for the record?
For the record, Trustee,
We're in person. I didn't think we had to call the roll if we were in person.
we're all in person, so we all announce which matters.
There's a recording being made.
I know, and each of the trustees said aye.
They cannot identify who's speaking on the record.
But we're
Okay.
live. Okay, I just,
Okay, Trustee Arnold?
Excuse me, Mr. Levin, I just had one question. If we're meeting in person, is it necessary to call the roll?
Well, it goes up on your YouTube channel, and it's not possible by looking at it.
Okay. Mayor Natus.
We'll be happy to do it.
Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
With regard to that's the October 21 minutes now, are there any additions or corrections to the November 2nd minutes?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Ms. Locatelli, would you please call the roll?
I make a motion. I make the motion. I make the motion to accept the minutes of November 2nd, 2020 as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Arnold, seconds, all in favor, please call the roll.
Mayor Natus.
Approved.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. I'm going to entertain a motion in connection with the public hearings. There is a motion to adjourn to December 16, 2020, the application of RXR North Hills, Phase 1 owners, and a motion to adjourn to December 16, the application of the Buckley Country Day School. And I'm going to ask that that motion be made in accordance with the resolution previously circulated by our village attorney, Mr. Levin.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Deputy Mayor Scambati makes the motion to adjourn those two public hearings. Is there a second?
I second.
Trustee Lentini seconds. Please call the roll in connection with that motion.
Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. I'm now going to take one item out of order. Skinner and Faber's engagement letter and a memo dated November 6th, and we have a presentation here. It's item number 7B on your agenda, and we have a representative from the accounting firm here in person.
Good evening, go ahead. I'm Frank Faber from Skinner and Faber, one of the partners.
He said his name is Frank Faber from Skinner and Faber. Is the mic on over there?
Yeah, I believe it is.
The audio on the YouTube channel is not coming through. I'm only getting the audio on my phone.
Mr. Cinquemani, are you handling the YouTube?
Yeah, I heard the YouTube. I didn't hear him say it on the phone either. If he did announce his name, I didn't hear it on the
All
phone.
right, would you please announce it again?
Faber from Skinner and Faber. Is that working?
Talk into the mic, please.
Is that good?
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear him loud and clear.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not hearing anything.
First, I just want to spend a moment. We have 2 engagements where we're presenting for. The first is for the Justice Court, and the second is for the village as a whole. Our report for the Justice Court is a cash receipt, cash disbursement summary. For the 12 months ended May, this past May 31st, we have no findings to report. We checked to see that the court is in compliance with the New York State Justice Court Handbook. we did find that the court is in compliance, and our report indicates that the court is in compliance with generally accepted accounting principles. Our second report is the report for the village as a whole for the same period of time for the year ended May 31st. Our opinion, which is on page 2 of that report, I know it is a lengthy report, but our opinion is on page 2, which positively affirms that the village is in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. As I said, it is a lengthy report, so I thought that I would hit a couple of highlights that I wanted to point out. And the first item I wanted to point out, if I could bring your attention to page 15.
That's page 15.
Page 15 shows your revenue and expenditure summary for the year. You'll see that the general fund had a $262,000 deficit for the year. And you may want to look at that while also referring all the way in the back to page 46, where we compare that activity to the budgeted activity.
Excuse me, but what's going on here? Every once a year, and when I'm hearing something coming out of that speaker.
You need to shut off the volume on the YouTube channel because it's coming in as interference.
I get that delay.
Yes.
Terrible.
All right, we'll have to live with the problem and,
No, they're not, hold on, excuse me, Tom. Tom, excuse me, Village Attorney Levin, I'm live streaming. I have a camera and a microphone here at Village Hall. So we're not live streaming from the conference hall. I'm live streaming here.
I'm not following.
Okay,
Sound on the YouTube channel is coming from where?
it's from here. I have the, like normal, I have the camera and the microphone operating here at Village Hall. I am doing the live stream. You can watch the YouTube, but you need to shut the volume off because it's causing interference at the live meeting.
I'm not clear what volume you want turned off.
on the YouTube.
On the YouTube. So you're listening to the YouTube channel at your location, and that is causing feedback through the telephone. The live stream and the camera is being hit.
Is it any better?
Yes. Yes, I'm handling the live stream. We have a camera and a computer, and we're doing it right here from Village Hall, as we always do. Peter and I always handle the live stream.
Okay, so now it's fine. There's no kickback or
Thank you,
background.
Mr. Levin.
Thank you. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Mr. Bailey.
Sorry.
No problem, no problem. On page 46, you will find a summary for the year of the revenues and expenditures as compared to the budget. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of items of significance.
I cannot understand anything you said. It's a little bit
Can you ask Peter, can Peter hear?
Please speak into the microphone, Mr. Faber.
On page 46,
He's also wearing a mask which muffles some of his speech. Okay, we have safe distance, you can now speak, Dorothy.
okay, page 46 has a summary for the year, comparing the actual results to the budget. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of items because they're somewhat unique. First was, if you look at the licenses and permits line, you'll see that the actual results were quite a bit below budget. Now, of course, we're looking at the year ended May. So we're several months, the last few months of the year were COVID months. So there was a lot less activity. Plus, I believe there was an anticipation of a new project that did not get started. So that accounts for the significant variance on that particular line. Below that, somewhat related also, fines and forfeitures, you'll see that the results for the year again are less than was anticipated. Again, we're picking up a couple of COVID months. So the revenues are slightly below budget for those reasons.
So we're getting gaps in what the paper is saying, if you continue to speak into the microphone, would be much better.
Okay, try to speak directly into the microphone.
Okay.
I think it's your phone, Tom, because I can hear him on the conference call. It might be like a service issue.
I hear everybody else, so I don't know what the problem is. I think it's the paper chasing these things away from the microphone.
All right, we'll make sure he does it. He's pointing out where the deficiencies were in the revenue stream because of the COVID situation. So licenses and permits and fines and forfeitures were both below what was the budgeted amounts. You may continue, Mr. Baker.
Thank you. Moving down a little further towards the expenditures, you'll see that the first line was also quite a bit below budget. And there was two primary reasons for that. One is there was an original budget amount for contingencies, which was not needed. And the other was you had budgeted for a record management expenditure, which did not get kicked off by the end of May. So those two items are the primary cause why the expenditures under general government support were significantly below budget. You'll see that there's a net deficit for the year of $262,000. That's actually better than anticipated, because if you go back up on the revenue side under the budget, you'll see that the village had appropriated just over $401,000 of fund balance, meaning that the plan was to run a deficit of approximately $401,000. So you actually bettered the results than anticipated. And the items that I mentioned were really the only significant variances from actual to budget.
Thank you. Any questions? Anyone? So we're still solving.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Any trustees, you have any questions in connection with the favor reports? Anyone?
I have none.
Done. All right, and you all have full packages with the full financial statements. Thank you again, Frank Faber. I reviewed everything in advance, and I appreciate your good work and your firm's good work, and we hope to continue with you in the future. Thank you again.
Thanks for having me. Have a good
Stay
evening.
well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Stay safe.
Tom, there are just two resolutions approving those financial statements for both the village funds and the village justice court funds.
Which I will make the motion. We received and reviewed the audit financial statements of the village funds for the fiscal year ending May 31, 2020, which was received electronically on November 13th on the cover of transmittal letter dated October 5th, 2020. Whereas the Board of Trustees finds that the reports are acceptable and correct, both in connection with the court and the general funds for the village. So the board finds that it's acceptable and correct, and therefore I'm going to entertain a motion, or I'll make the motion, that the Board of Trustees hereby accepts the Incorporated Village of North Hills financial statements as previously circulated for the fiscal year ending May 31, 2020, and direct that such report be filed in the village office. Is there a second?
I'll second
my
the
motion?
mayor's motion.
Deputy Mayor Scambati, second the motion. Can you please poll the board?
Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold, Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you.
I think we just need to do another one for the Justice Court Fund.
No, I said I'm taking the vote.
Go ahead. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning, I'm taking the vote. And there are two separate resolutions which we accepted both for the village court and the general fund. Thank you again, Mr. Baker. All right, now we'll go back to our normal agenda item number 6A, Treasurer's Report.
sorry, I gotta get.
Ms. Lola Carroll will now give us the treasury report. Thank you.
Okay, checking $7,330,448.84. Repair reserve, $727,181.45.
Peter, do you hear it?
Right now, when Mary Ann was speaking, there were some gaps in it.
Okay,
Speak more slowly, thank you.
checking account,
Well, again, she's wearing her mask, so that muffles some of the sound, but we'll direct her.
checking account,
Please speak into the microphone.
checking account, $7,330,448.84. Repair reserve fund, $727,181.45. Park and recreation, $1,015,419.76. Capital reserve, $257,569.82. Trust and agency, $1,495.23. Special escrow, $84,635.84. Community amenities, $37,142,501.37.
Thank you. Are there any questions in connection with the treasurer's report? Anyone? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I make the motion to approve the.
Trustee Cohen makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Lentini second the motion. Can you please poll the board?
Mayor Naddis,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold, Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, 6B, transfer appropriations. This is from the general fund reimbursement transfers. Pursuant to the memorandum dated November 13th from our village administrator, she's asking that $3,500 be transferred from the contingency into the state retirement account. $3,500. Is there a motion to approve that budget transfer? So moved. Deputy Mayor Scambati made the motion. Is there a second? Trustee Arnold seconds. Can you please poll the board?
Yes, Mayor Naddis,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold, Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion is approved.
Thank you. Next item, 6C, payment of claims. This is the general fund, warrant 11/20. Are there any questions in connection with the summary report that was circulated to the members of the board? Anyone? I'll entertain a motion to approve the payment of claims, the general warrant of 11/20.
I make that motion to approve warrant 11/20.
Trustee Cohen makes the motion. Is there a second? I second. Trustee Arnold seconds. All in favor, please poll.
Mayor Naddis,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold, Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion is approved.
Thank you. And we already covered 6, D and E, so we're now into board discussion. Item 7A, the shuttle. There was a memorandum dated November 13th, 2020. I'd like to fill the board in. This is for board discussion. We originally, based on our initial analysis, when we did recommence the shuttle service, we talked about 8 trips. And after speaking with the vendor, the shuttle provider indicated that their break even is 10. And so rather than have them lose money, which we have to have an amendment to the existing contract, they are of course just hoping to break even until we are able to commence full shuttle service. So based on the analysis that our village administrator made, she gave us the results of the most recent shuttle survey and the potential new schedule. So this new schedule would give them the 10 trips that they need to break even. We also told them, I told the owner that this is a flexible kind of schedule because we're hoping that this will work, and we're hoping that those people who use the shuttle will be using the shuttle. We don't know what the city is going to do, or how long it will stay in reduced services or lockdown. And they understand that. But Mr. Levin, our village attorney, has to prepare an amendment. So I told the owner of the vendor shuttle service that we would prepare the amendment, that we would, for now, schedule the 10 so that they at least break even. But pursuant to what's going on with COVID-19, it would be subject to change. I guess it would have to be on notice to make it fair for everyone. So Mr. Levin, I guess, will be able to amend the current contract without understanding, but it will be 10 initial trips. And they've also agreed that everything will be COVID controlled. There will be 50% capacity on the shuttles. So a 24 passenger shuttle will only take 12. Everyone would be required to wear a mask. They would follow all protocols, including the whatever they have to do to sanitize. After each trip, it will be sanitized, and they will follow all the protocols. So that's where we are. I told them it would require board approval. Of course, we did estimate 8 at our last meeting. They're requesting 10. I have no problem because I don't want them not to do it, and I don't want them to lose money when they do. So I'm asking this board if you have any questions in connection with this new schedule.
I have a question, Mayor. I don't have, myself, I don't have a problem with anything that you said, but with every day that passes, we're having more and more issues with the COVID-19, especially on Long Island and New York and in New York. So could Mr. Levin make sure that the amendment is
Flexible enough so that if we need to make changes, we can make the change.
yeah, is that,
And if we have to eliminate, we can eliminate.
yeah, Mr. Levin, if Dennis came back, can you make sure that that happens?
You can try, I have to see when I start writing. You haven't told me how much the cost is going to be per trip.
The same as under the original contract. I think my recollection is $72 a trip. Is that correct?
Correct, that is correct.
That was based on my recollection, subject to verification. If you look at the contract, I think you'll see 72.
Can I just confirm there's no change in the equipment, the type of equipment?
No change, 24 passenger vehicles.
Okay.
Thanks, Mayor.
Anybody else? Anyone? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the commencement of the shuttle service. I think it was on or about December 1. Is that correct, Mary Ann?
I I believe that November 30th was a Monday, so that was the day.
Okay, so instead of December 1, we would recommence as of November 30, subject to the amendment being executed.
I'll make that motion.
If I made a motion is to authorize the mayor to execute the contract.
Yes,
On the terms of previously outlined.
correct. That's the motion. And Deputy Mayor Schiavone made that motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Trustee Cohen seconds.
Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold, Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. Does anyone have any unfinished business that they would like to discuss? Anyone?
Excuse me, Mayor, we need to do that. We didn't do the engagement letter for Skin and Favor.
Yeah, 7B is the Skin and Favor engagement letter. They've done a great job, and the reason why I skipped it is attached to the package that we previously took. I'll make a motion that we approve, that you authorize the mayor to execute the engagement letter.
Second the motion.
Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold,
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. Now, again, any unfinished business, does anyone want to discuss? All right, then I'll take up new business. We have a resignation effective immediately from Harvey Hannickstein, who's done a fabulous job. He has to resign from the Architectural Review Board. Originally, he said he was going to resign effective December 1st. He submitted a revised letter making it immediate, so that he's now resigning effective immediately, so that there is a vacancy on the Architectural Review Board. Ms. Hannickstein is becoming a Florida resident, not only for tax purposes, but he's moving there in December, and he will be staying in Florida. So under those circumstances, I thanked him for his efforts in the past. He's done a great job. And I sent him a letter accepting his resignation, thanking him for his dedicated service. And that was from myself and on behalf of our board. Thank you. Thank you. So who is the next? I'd like to appoint whoever was next in line.
That would be, I believe, Terry Orlando.
Yeah, Terry Orlando, and I spoke with the new chairperson of the Architectural Review Board, and for now, we're not appointing anyone as an alternate, but I'd like to make a motion that we move Terry Orlando up from an alternate to the Architectural Review Board. That's my motion.
Your
Needs
motion?
board approval. It's my motion, I need a second.
I'd like to second the motion for Terry Orlando to move up.
Yes.
To the architect.
Yep. Mayor Natus?
You're polling the board?
I am sorry.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold,
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion has passed.
Thank you. I'm now going to make a motion that we go into executive session for legal advice. Gesundheit, whoever that was, God bless you. Who sneezed?
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, Peter, thank you. I hope you're not catching a cold. Anyway, I'm going to make a motion that we go into executive session. We will return to public session at the conclusion of the executive session. And I'm asking for a second, you need legal advice in connection with a particular matter.
I second.
All right, I made the motion and trustee Cohen seconds. Can you please poll the board with regard to going into executive session?
Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold,
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
Just, I need 1 second to shut off the video, the live stream.
Because we're going into executive session. Mr. Levin, you'll stay with us because we need legal advice.
I will try.
Good.
3, 2.
Okay.
Okay, you're live.
Okay, we've returned from executive session, and I don't know that there's anything else to discuss. We covered unfinished business and new business. Is there anything in welfare or anything else that anyone wants to discuss? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
No, I said I'll entertain a
I
motion.
make the motion to adjourn.
Trustee Cohen makes the motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second trustee Cohen's, motion.
Deputy Mayor Scambati, second the motion. Can you please poll the board with regard to the motion to adjourn?
Yes, Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini,
Aye.
Trustee Arnold. Oh, congratulations. Trustee Cohen,
Aye.
there are 5 in favor, 0 opposed. The motion is passed. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all for your service.
He's adorable. Oh, my.
For those of you who